What's up, everybody? I'm Makai Evans. Welcome to Makai's Voice. And today we're going to be talking about teenagers, all right, and our idea of fun. We're going to talk about teenagers and our idea of fun, which is just everything else other than what's good for real. We we prioritize lust, prioritize relationships. We like drama. It's just a bunch of nothing for real. And I feel like we could switch our idea of fun. You know what I'm saying? I feel like our idea of fun should be progress. I feel like our idea of fun should be creation. I feel like our idea of fun in this generation as teenagers now, we are just completely driven away from what our idea of fun should be. I mean, we think money is having fun. Like that's one thing about this generation. We make money, but it's I we just think that's just the priority. We just think if we get money and we have clothes and you know what I'm saying, we live a financially stable life, it's good. It's but we not talking about the community or you know what I'm saying, what we could do or I don't know. We just not really uh giving the best examples to our younger generations, you know what I'm saying? So I think we are the generation of change, though. I do believe that. I feel like a lot of minds are changing. You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, we have a money mindset. I'm not gonna lie, but we also have a lustful mindset. We also have a just fun mindset instead of strategic and logic and just serious conversations. We don't want to really get serious all the time. I do meet serious people, but a lot of us we just distracted by fun and we distracted by the devil's entertainment. And I mean the devil's entertainment, that's the phones, that's entertainment, that's just we distracted by the devil's entertainment um and not I'm gonna say God's gospel because I saw that on a video, but we just distracted by the devil's entertainment. You get what I'm saying? And we just have to switch our idea of fun. I mean, like, we just need to switch it to creation. We need to switch it to like progress and because that's fun. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my core values is union, progress, and actualization. You see what I'm saying? If we could unify, you know what I'm saying, we could make some type of progress and then we could understand each other. You know what I'm saying? And then we could actualize our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Bringing our thoughts into reality. That's one thing that's like, you know, great. And next question is, why do teenagers judge people? And I wrote that down because a lot of teenagers just is judgy. Like you just see with their eyes, they just judge. And I feel like it's just because we are so self-centered. We are so centered around our own individualism. And it just kills us because we lack understanding of others. If we feel a strong enough emotion about our topic, we would just disregard anybody else's. You know what I'm saying? We don't think everybody's perspective matters. We don't think everybody's point of view matters. And that's a problem if we want the world to change. I mean, we talk about change all the time. We're going to change, but we can't change if we don't listen. A lot of us fail at listening, you know what I'm saying? And shoot, maybe I have a problem with that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But we just have to get out of that individualization and try to create unity within ourselves, right? We're gonna talk about why are teenagers impatient. Um, because we are on our phones 24/7, and we lack the focus and the focus to sit down and just be bored. We can't like we always get an entertainment from the phones with devil's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We always get entertainment from the phones, so I feel as though it just sets us up for failure because we can't focus and understand some type of knowledge for more than 30 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So that's really why we impatient. We looking at 10, 15-second videos all day and we just scroll if it's boring. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't train our brain to be able to learn and process information. You know what I'm saying? If it's dopamine stimulating, we just on it. You get what I'm saying? So, um, why do teenagers prioritize relationships? Relationships is a priority in this teenage life because like we all following the American dream. What's been taught to us, marriage and just everything, it's just been, it's like we've been taught about relationships before we're taught about ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And that's the horrible thing about it. It's like I feel like it's like, oh, we always give that talk to our kids about relationships before we give that talk to our kids about finding the gifts within themselves. You get what I'm saying? So it bugs me with that. So that's just why we prioritize relationships. Why do teenagers not know what we want to do? I mean, a lot of us do know what we want to do, and a lot of us are lost by the time we're 17, 18. And I feel like, you know, it's just because it's also because that we prioritize relationships, so we put our energy into somebody else rather than ourselves. And um I feel as though we are distracted by the devil's entertainment, and we don't prioritize God's entertainment, which is like our mind and our imagination. So I feel like we, uh, and I feel like we can't think for ourselves. We on our phones and we scroll and we get information from everybody else, so we lack the knowledge of thinking of for ourselves. So when we look and so because we're basically constantly distracted from our own life, so we can't make creations in our own life. We just are distracted by the devil's entertainment, which is what they're showing us on social media, right? And that's why we don't know what our passion is. We don't know what we want to do. And how does the way we parent affect teenagers, right? And parents, they constantly bring their own traumas on their kids, and that's the truth. Like the parents that didn't have this growing up or didn't have that, they or they went through this struggle, they went through that, they do everything in their power to protect their child from, you know what I'm saying, that thing. And that also plays a part into why sometimes we can't face those things when we end up upon them, because it's they just I don't know, and sometimes they limit our imagination, you feel what I'm saying, by telling us we can't do this or we got to do this or some along those lines. I mean, I feel like parents parent based off of how their parents parented, or um or some else. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the main reason why how they parent, and I feel as though the 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 parent skills should be customizable to their children. You see what I'm saying? Like you should like, but a lot of the times it's like parenting is a mystery for real. I'm not even gonna lie, but a lot of times the system makes our parents have to work, so the parents not even able, they still going through their own trauma, so they're not even able to cater to their kids trauma. You know what I'm saying? And parents a lot of times disregard their kids trauma for their trauma because they're going through more trauma or real life trauma, and they don't think that we would go through trauma because of how young we are. But at the same time, even the little things that are playing out in our lives that might be little things to you are big things to us, and they affect us mentally. So it's like it's just is that all of that just plays a part into why we are so rebellious, honestly. So yeah, that's the way we parent. And how does one parent household create an imbalance? Now this is like feminine masculine energy. Why is there no dads in the house? You see what I'm saying? And it creates imbalance because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of there's a lot of one parent households, which is usually the woman, and a lot of women they spread the femininity of their household. And sometimes when they have boys, they try to spread masculinity, you feel what I'm saying, to try to take on the man's role, but a lot of times that's toxic masculinity. You feel what I'm saying? Toxic masculinity is basically feminine masculinity, where you're masculine from your feelings. You're not masculine in logic and reason, but you're masculine of based on your feelings. You're like, oh, do this, do that, and you know what I'm saying, don't cry or be a man and da da da, and then but a real man would tell his son he could cry. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to get up and do something later about it. You get what I'm saying? So it's more of like the feminine idea of a man is what makes feminine men. You know what I'm saying? Men that, you know what I'm saying, are men but they act feminine. You know what I'm saying? And feminine energy, that's just emotion. That's just emotion. So I was just watching a video, 19 kids talking about the one and the nine and how the nine is in front of the one. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people put their emotions before they logic. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, and that creates an imbalance. That's what happens when there's only a mother in the household and there's no father to really give them that balance of reason over emotions and how to really integrate those two things. Um, a mother don't know really how to teach that because we are really going off of emotions. What feminine energy is feminine energy, and feminine energy doesn't know the logic and the reason and the thoughts behind masculine energy and how we could be masculine, how we are supposed to utilize it, and when to be. You feel me? Like when to follow orders or when to lead. You get what I'm saying? A lot of women just tell their kids to be leaders, you know what I'm saying, to be, but they don't even know how to lead. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a follower first. You see what I'm saying? And and that trains you to lead. You know what I'm saying? You got to take orders before you order people. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably one of the first rules to masculinity. You got to you got to be a soldier before you a general. You see what I'm saying? So you got to play that part. You know what I'm saying? You got see that's the thing, like because there's so many feminine households, right? Or one parent households that we all want to be different, right? We all want to be the leaders. We don't know how to play our part, right? We don't know how to see the gifts within ourselves, and just play that part, like, you know what I'm saying, that's within ourselves. We kind of just like the woman is always gonna tell their child they special, you know what I'm saying, and you gotta do this or this or whatever, right? And you know what I'm saying, it leads them to a feminine role where, you know what I'm saying, of probably individualism, where they just like, I'm better than everybody else, or you know what I'm saying, a kind of like catering attachment to their mother where they can't do anything without her. You see what I'm saying? And those are the two different ways that can really play out. And that's all from either a feminine energy constantly catering to the child, or the feminine energy constantly showing their feminine energy with emotion, with like rage, or you see what I'm saying? It's a constant fire, but the masculine energy is like very stable. It's like the one is stable. It's one stable thing, and the nine is emotion, like, Okay, but that's why I create imbalance. All right, so or what's with all the young gangsters, and I mean that correlate with the one parent household. That's why there's all these YNs out here and shooting people and because they got that nine in front of that one. They reacting emotionally before logically. They didn't have a man to teach them in their life to put logic before emotion. I mean, no, put logic before emotion. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we got the young gangsters, bro. We reacting off of emotion, and it's like, and some dads are probably out here teaching that too. You feel what I'm saying? Because they not even masculine men; they really feminine men. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's all an imbalance. Like that's the thing. The first law of the universe is order, and that's what the father creates in a household. Is order. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, why are we influenced so badly? Because of what I just said. Because of order. We don't have no order. Like I said, you got to be a soldier before you a general. You got to be able to take orders before you can order. We all following behind lost leaders. You get what I'm saying? The man, right? The kid that was catered to his mother, right, is following the kid that was told by his mother, "Oh, you're special, you're different," and then now he's going in the world with a certain individualism, reacting off of his emotions. So now the kid that was catered by his mother is looking at that and saying, "That's what I want to be." You see what I'm saying? Is we are lost. We don't got no type of stabilization, no type of like. structure, no order. You know what I'm saying? We need actual men out here to really like teach. You know what I'm saying? Create a balance. You feel what I'm saying? We lost that. We lost it. Um, why can't we make a change? I mean, we can, cause we really like our generation is like our generation really the first step. Like I really see us really like progressing and like you see what I'm saying, really opening our eyes, awakening. You feel me? Because we had the most bad influence for real. We had the most bad influence. We are we're projections of like of the bad in the world for real. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we opening our eyes. Like it's so many people that's falling trapped to the bad, but it's so many people that's awakening from the bad. And that's why I say this is 2025 is the year of chaos for real. Because they are destroying and rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? Like I see people leaving my life that should leave my life and people coming into my life that should come into my life. So it's really destruction to to rebuild. You get what I'm saying? And that's what this year consists of. You feel me? If there's anybody that if there's anything destructing you or you going through crazy emotions, you just going through a lot of stuff in 2025, bro, realize that that's just you being planted. A lot of people don't know whether they being planted or whether they being buried. You see what I'm saying? And that I quoted that from somebody on 19. I don't know. I can't even, but yeah. A lot of people don't know if they're being planted or they being buried. You see what I'm saying? And at the same time, a lot of people is being planted, right? But if you don't know that you're being planted and you don't nurture yourself under the dirt that you in, then you'll never grow out of that dirt, blossom. You'll never do it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people is being buried. A lot of people is being planted and they think they being buried. You feel what I'm saying? So they give up. But in reality, you just being planted. You just need to grow through that dirt. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and but yeah, we in a state of rebuilding. We in a state of destruction to rebuild. So we need to utilize that. And if we going through anything bad, realize you're being planted. So utilize that. And how do we start a revolution? Creating a union. That's it. That's it. That's it. We need to unify. That's it. That's it. We need to unify in one understanding and one knowledge of one goal. We need to unify. I mean, I see everybody on social media, you know what I'm saying? Black Power, Black History Month. Yes, sir. Yes, but we need to unify like we haven't seen before. We need to stop with the distractions. We need to stop with the bull. We just need to stop. We need to unify. We need to unify. That's what we need to do. All right. Um how to respect our elders. For real, we don't know how to respect our elders. Like honestly, we kind of just think like I don't know, like I mean some of us respect our elders. I mean there's a lot of things we can take from our elders, but I mean we kind of lost because we in rebellion. We in rebellion. We just different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like but it's a lot of things from our elders that we have to leave behind. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of things that we need to learn from. But in order to like in the medical history, they to in order for them to know what to do with you now, they have to look at your medical history. So for us to know what to do right now, we have to look at our history. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's what we lack. It. We not looking at our history at the moment. Think we might need to go back to that, you know what I'm saying, and look at how we was unified and then try to recreate that in a way, but in our own way, but in a way that's gonna succeed in our life. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's this year is destruction and rebuilding, right? And I think with us, we have different ways of learning, right? And I think like the school system is based off of like just a generalized way of how they think everybody should learn, and that's just false. Like I don't think it's right. Like we need to have a like every person have a different way of learning almost. You see what I'm saying? So we need to be able to just to customize our learning system, like our knowledge, and customize it in our school system to customize it in the way that is customized to our children, to the people that's learning, because if we can't learn in the way that y'all teaching, how do y'all expect us to thrive? You see what I'm saying? It just it don't make sense. We all have different ways of learning, and I feel like that's what also entangles us with our gifts. Like, we're always being told what we could do before, like, we always being told like you could be anything, before being told that everything you want to be is inside of you, and you just have to find the gifts. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, we got all these options to choose from, and we could be anything we want to be, but at the same time, the options that we need to choose from is in our, like, the only option that we need to like have is within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? The gifts that lay within ourselves is the options that we need to utilize. You see what I'm saying? It's like an anime, bro. We all got specific powers that we need to use, and we need to find them within ourselves. But we get clouded with all these options. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we end up picking a passion, but it's tied to our weakness. You get what I'm saying? And just because it looks cool on somebody else, you feel me? That person looked cool doing that, so I want to be a firefighter. But maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not physically capable of being a firefighter. Oh, this bad from a young age. I want to be a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like 5 foot by the time I'm 21. It's like, bro. It's like it's just sometimes it don't work, and we can work and work and work, but at the same time, if we don't look at the gifts within ourselves and find them powers, you know what I'm saying, then we'll never be able to utilize them in the correct way. Like, for example, I wanted to be a football player my whole life, but I'm not physically capable of really, like, and I've tried, but I'm not physically like I'm not gonna say physically capable, but it's just I'm really just that's just not my strong suit, my physical ability. You know what I'm saying? But when I looked inside of myself to find the gifts within myself, I realized I had a voice. You know what I'm saying? That was part of my gift. I realized I had a certain just uh I had a certain knowledge. I had a certain, like, I found these gifts within myself, and now I'm utilizing them, channeling them through different aspects of my life. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like our gifts is within inside of us. You know what I'm saying? And we tell everybody, oh, you know, be anything you want to be. Just choose. Nah. Tell them that the gifts you want to be is inside of you. Everything you want to be is inside of you. That's what we need to tell them. Now, social media, how does social media impact knowledge, right? It impacts our focus, and that impacts our knowledge. We too it also plays a part into how of our idea of fun. Like, we're too focused on, you know what I'm saying, the dopamine releases and the fun part of the devil's entertainment, that when we want to learn something, you know what I'm saying, even something that could be tied to the gifts of ourselves, we are too just like we can't even be interested in anything else because we so focused on what's giving us dopamine. We can't even be interested in what things that we will probably succeed in, because we are so dopamine addicted. Like, we are addicted to our phones, so anything outside of that, we just like, oh god, is my brain fried? I can't do it. I can't listen to a 25-minute lecture. Like, it's just insane to me, right? And then the view we have on our ancestors, we need to realize, bro, that for us to be here today, I saw a video that said we had to have like 4,000 some ancestors in the last 400 years to be born today. So I'm like, so when I look at myself, I think every single last one of them ancestors are pieces of me, and that's what make me powerful. That's why I got the gifts I have. That's why I got the gifts I have. That's why I move the way I move. Those are the people that's moving me through this world, moving me through the dirt, so I can grow through the dirt. You see what I'm saying? So we need to look at our ancestors. We need to study them, and we need to, like, even if we don't know our ancestors for real, we just need to feel them inside of us, because we are pieces of each other for real. You know what I'm saying? And those are all combined through the years and years and years and years and years of thousands of centuries of what our ancestors went through. We are pieces of all of that. And we just need to come together, realize that, utilize it to our best power. You know what I'm saying? So that's it for the video, but you know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have a guest tomorrow. I'm gonna have a guest every Sunday come on a podcast and talk about this same topic that we talked about today, and I want to see their different point of view or their different perspective on what I'm talking about. All right. So I appreciate y'all. Have a nice day. Thank you for listening to Makai's voice. I've been wanting to spread my voice since a child. So I love y'all. Peace out.